You guys, we have got to talk about this insane Disney influencer drama. Someone is calling out Disney influencers saying that they are not being honest about the company in their videos, and it has turned into a whole mess with people throwing out names of Disney influencers trying to predict who this person is actually talking about. Apparently, this person, confessed to making content to just stay in the good graces of Disney. I mean, there is just a lot being said here, and we are going to break down all of the drama. Much like the Revolve story from the other day, this drama sort of touches on a similar topic of brand and influencer authenticity, as one TikTok user, Finley, recently called out Disney influencers for not being the most authentic in their posts and just creating content to please Disney as a company. And this conversation has spiraled into something way bigger. So, let's talk about what's going on, because people are calling this the latest example of how curated and corporate the influencer space has gotten, especially in places like Disneyland, where the content is more about maintaining a relationship with a massive brand than it is about actually sharing honest experiences. So this all started when a TikToker named Finley made a video calling all this out.
These are things I cannot stand with Disney or theme park influencers. No hate to the people directly, it's just fake. And they go like, in literally every single video, and they've seen it like 100 times. It's not giving authentic. It's not giving, oh my goodness, I actually enjoy this. It's giving, let me act for the cameras. Because we know you're excited, or we know you've seen this 100 times. Automatically turn it off because it just seems so inauthentic, however you say that word. It just seems so fake, and it's usually the ones that work closely with the theme parks. Number two, when they're recording a POV of the ride, and they're going, ooh, ah, ah. Unless it's a full-blown roller coaster, why are you making all these sound effects? I know you're trying to add to the ride on how we're supposed to be feeling with the emotions, but I'll turn it all the way down or I'll just skip that video. Now, this is one thing I'm guilty of, but when they're trying a drink or a food and they go, or they give a fake review of the food or the drink, because I know so many influencers from my Disney college program that are still Disney influencers, they'll be like, oh my gosh, this is so good. And then they throw it away because they know it's what's gonna get them money. Or when they change their voice because they think it's going to fit the Disney content better. So they try to sound innocent instead of giving actual, real, honest reviews. Like if I go to Disney, I'm gonna be so honest with you guys if it's bad or not. Same with Universal. Like, oh yeah, I went into my hotel room and there was a cockroach on the ground. There were gummy bears everywhere. This room wasn't cleaned and they gave me a Disney hotel room. Because that is what people want to know before they go to Disney. They want to know if your experience was bad or good. But if you are glorifying everything that Disney or Universal does because you know it gets you more views, then people are going to end up going to Disney and they're going to be like, why wasn't my experience like her videos? Why did she make this seem so good, but it actually is so bad? Because I can see right through it, but most of these people can't.
People started commenting under her video who they thought she was talking about, despite the fact that she hadn't said anyone in particular by name. But it was surely a chance where people were taking to speculate on who she might exactly be talking about. And honestly, I think that she's talking about multiple people here. There's tons of people that post Disney related content or theme park content that I'm sure are super positive in every single one of their videos, does not criticize the theme parks in any way, shape, or form, because they want to stay in good graces with these companies in order to do brand deal or get invited to special events. But I think at the core of it, you have to be real with your audience, otherwise they will go somewhere else. But of course, people are taking the chance to kind of wonder who the heck this might actually be about. And of course, some of the things that she was saying, they were ringing a bell for people. They were like, I know this person that's super dramatic in all their videos, like, oh my gosh, when they definitely weren't as surprised as they were. But of course, people drum it up when they're recording videos. But I think the thing that is really something to criticize is if people are lying in order to stay in the good graces of places like Disney. And when Finley posted a follow-up video, she actually talked about the fact that a Disney influencer messaged her and said that she will probably not be able to work with the company because of that video, which essentially proved Finley's point that there are people in the Disney community that truly do just post stuff to stay in the good graces of Disney and that they aren't being authentic with their audience. And they were basically warning her like, hey, you're about to be blacklisted for, saying what you did.
So a Disney influencer messaged me overnight and I just saw it. And it's because of the Disney influencer TikTok post I made. And she's like, good luck ever getting invited by Disney. They're never going to invite you out. And then continued on to say that she does, in fact, fake most of her stuff and say that it wasn't right for me to call them out. Mind you, my post wasn't targeted towards anybody. Not a single person. So if you feel like it was targeted towards you, that says something more about you than my post. Second off, thank goodness Disney won't invite me for faking reviews. I would rather get paid for my videos, get paid for my job, take myself to Disney and give people actual real reviews rather than fake my reviews. Disney doesn't improve anything because they keep getting fake good reviews because they don't want to hear negative feedback and then ruining the magic for people when they come and they realize it wasn't everything that it was made out to be.
She wrote in the caption, "Please don't send them hate. As rude as they were to me, I don't want to give it back to them. They've made their choices, I make mine, and I'll be respectful. This goes for Universal too." This then started, of course, a whole conversation about who the heck was the one that messaged her, who was bold enough to reach out and be like, you are surely not going to be invited by Disney because of that video, basically admitting at the same time that they would never be so honest because they want to stay in the good graces. Now, honestly, I have to say, I was pretty shocked because when I opened the comment section, the number one name that was written in the comments was this one girl, Emily Enchanted, which she has about 150K on TikTok, and I follow her. I love Disney content, so I was really shocked when I saw her name being thrown around because I was like, wait, she's like so nice and sweet and innocent. I just felt like there's no way that she would message someone and be like, you know, you kind of ruin your chances of working with Disney ever. I just felt like that was so not in her character, but everyone in the comments was like, I feel like it's her, assuming that it was. They were writing, "This has Emily Enchanted written all over it. She's a major mean girl, sadly. She was a mean girl during the Disney college program, so doesn't surprise me, LOL." But there were people that were coming to her defense writing, "No, because you guys tried to cancel everyone, and I'll wait to see some proof. Till then, I'm following and liking Emily. Y'all need to definitely leave her alone because you clearly don't know her at all. Soldiers, hold our post. Emily would never. She's my girl." This whole conversation is sad. It's upsetting, and I don't want to view Emily Enchanted this way. I like her content, you guys. Like, I see her opening pins, and yeah, she's super positive, but a liar and like messaging people saying that they're not gonna get Disney opportunities, I just don't feel like I see that. But I feel like, you know, the larger conversation here really is just that people are craving authenticity more than ever. People want transparency, and it's kind of ironic because the whole reason influencer marketing even became a thing in the first place was because audiences were tired of traditional ads. People wanted to hear real, authentic opinions from people they trusted, not a glossy, fancy commercial where people are clearly paid to be in and say, oh, I love it, I like it. Influencers used to be that middle ground, but now the lines are so blurry that it feels like everyone is just another ad. People are really starting to question if the influencer model is still working, because if every post is just about pleasing a brand or securing the next free trip, then where is the value for the audience, you know? Especially when audiences are smarter now more than ever. Like, they can tell when something's overly polished, and they really just, they want to know if that $30 freaking popcorn bucket is actually worth it, or if someone is just saying it because Disney invited them to the park. I feel like people really just need to be real. And I think it's okay to be dramatic for the cameras when you're surprised and something tastes so good, you're like, oh my gosh, 10 stars. But if something is bad and you're saying it's good just because you want to avoid Mickey being mad at you, like, that's crazy. You need to be honest with people. It's okay to say, I love Disney, I love the park, today was the best day ever, but I didn't like the mac and cheese I had today. Like, that's fine. And it should be fine for brands too. They should be able to accept that criticism, and if they can't, that is truly really upsetting. And I think if you're willing to play that game where you're going to be positive all the time for these brands and companies that you're working with, it's not going to get you very far with your audience. I mean, audiences control your longevity in the influencer space in the long run, not the brands. Because if there's no one there to engage in your content, the brands surely won't be asking you to do a deal or inviting you. So yeah, this Disney drama isn't really just about Disney. It's about influencer culture, how curated it has become, and how hard it is for audiences to tell who is being real, because truly it's all this undisclosed stuff. That's the real stuff that really needs to be talked about, because when people are doing brand deals, it should be very clear in your face, like, hey, I'm getting paid to promote this. But if someone is getting invited by Disney or they're getting invited to Universal and they're not saying that they were invited, but they are loving every single second of the food. And maybe they are having a great time, but I just feel like transparency is so important. And just, I don't know, being honest. I feel like that is just the number one thing here, is to be honest. I mean, literally, this has been the conversation over the last couple of days. Recently, I talked about Michaela coming out with her makeup brand, and Glamzilla suddenly saying she wasn't going to review Michaela's products for a while because she wanted to immerse herself in the formula, which, okay, amazing, but if Revlon or Maybelline is asking her to review a new product, is she gonna tell them no because she needs a couple of months to immerse herself in the formula? People just felt like that wasn't the case and something was off, as if there was only going to be exciting rushes for positive reviews if a check was involved. It's just crazy, you guys. Like, there's just so many things that go into this Disney drama, because at the core of it, it really isn't just Disney specific, but because I saw this conversation going around, I wanted to talk about it. And I do think that there are genuine people that are Disney influencers. I mean, I watch Magic Journeys, I watch Ordinary Adventures, and sometimes they get critical. Sometimes they don't like the food, which is why I keep going back and watching their videos, because I know they're gonna tell me if I'm not supposed to spend my money on that. Anyway, I wanna know what you guys think about all of this, the Disney drama, the influencer of it all. Let me know your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Thank you.